Hi, today you're with Clint and Chris from EZ Games. We're going to show you, or Chris is going to show you, how to fit the EZ Aero Chainring Guard.
So this is the chainring guard that you'll get in the post. You have a QR code here as well, which you can use to go onto the website. So unpack the chainring guard and release the bag from the back, and inside with the chainring guard you're going to have the chainring guard itself, 2 reels of tape which is going to go on the back of the chainring guard to help hold it against the crankset, and then a piece of carbon tape. So first thing to do is to open the little parcel with the tape in. Now we do supply 2 different types of tape. This one is the grey tape. Sometimes we'll send white tape, slightly thicker, but we'll normally send this one. So first of all, just peel away a little bit of tape from the reel.
So that tape itself isn't just tape, it's 3M tape, so it's fully weather resistant, so you don't have to worry or have any issues of your chainring coming off.
So place the tape just against the opening here. I'll explain about the opening shortly. So then the best way to do this is to just release a bit of the tape, little bit by little bit, and then just make sure that it's pushed against the inside of the chainring. So ideally you want just a tiny little gap, you don't want it overlapping the edge of the chainring guard.
That's brilliant. So you just almost like work your way around with your thumbs, as you can see Chris doing there. It's relatively straightforward to peel back off if you ever need to take your chainring off as well. And you can purchase it on our site.
I would recommend just taking your time with this. I've done this quite a few times, but if you do take your time, then you can make sure that it's put on nice and accurately.
Another key factor perhaps, Chris, is to make sure that your chainring here, where it's going to be stuck to, is free from any kind of grease or anything. So give that a really good clean down.
Right, so once you've gone all the way around the edges of it, you might get some kind of like little lifts here, so just make sure that you push them down with your thumb. Make sure it's nice and solid against the chainring guard. Now you've got a tiny bit of tape left. The best thing to do is a pair of scissors, just on the inside, just snip that off. So when you look at the back, it's nice and kind of placed against there with no tape overhanging.
Brilliant.
So the reason we have a pin cut on some of our chainring guards is because on the back of the actual crankset itself, just on this face of the chainring, there's a little pin that sticks off, so it's much easier to slide the chainring guard on and off. So now we come to the actual chainring guard itself again. So you want to peel away a bit of tape, a bit of the red tape, peel that all the way off. Now, like Clint said, you want to make sure that your actual crankset is nice and clean. If you're putting this on a greasy chainring, then the tape isn't going to stick as well, and we don't want to risk it kind of just sliding away from the chainring at any point. It won't do that anyway, but it's just best to make sure it's nice and clean, a clean surface for the tape to go onto. So I'm going to guide this under here, just over the pin. Over the pin, nice and central, and then I'm going to place it down. Once I feel like that's in place, I'm just going to hold it down, work my way around the outsides where the tape is. Now you can put this back on the bike quite quickly. Normally I would actually do this with the crankset installed on the bike itself, but I'm just doing this to show you for kind of ease.
I think if you want a real Prada job though, it is possibly best to just take it off. What do you think?
Yeah, it can be easier. If you've got it in front of you like this, then it's probably slightly easier to do. Now we do also supply this carbon tape. This is a personal preference thing really. I don't have it on my one. This is actually my kind of chain ring. so I wouldn't put it on, but you can just kind of put the tape over and you can mold it with like a heat gun or a hairdryer to just try and seal around any kind of like remaining gaps. Usually there aren't any like big gaps, so you don't have to. It's just a nice optional extra. And then there we have it.
Fantastic. And it's a similar process for a flat face chainring as well. So you just follow the steps to it. You've got a flat face chainring. It may well be a different EZ Aero Chainring cover which we supply for a flat face chainring, but it's that same method that's used there. All right, thank you very much. Thanks, Chris.
No worries.